Hello, what's up? I'm Harshit Santosh Pore and I teach you business communication. Now, I have decided to shoot this as a proper video instead of giving the spoken tutorials because today's topic can be handled quite well this way. If you still need the notes in front of you to understand what I'm talking about, then there is a document uploaded on the Edmodo. Just go through the document and then listen to this video. It's your choice. I believe you can understand this topic quite well even if you just listen to me. So let us just start. Today we are going to look at this very simple topic. We are going to look at non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication, you know what that means already. We have seen the distinction between verbal non-verbal. What is it? Verbal is something that uses words. Non-verbal is something that is anything other than the use of words. So there are so many ways that we can communicate non-verbally. If you remember the initial few classes, giving a rose to someone, non-verbal communication. Shaking hands, non-verbal communication. The traffic lights, that is non-verbal communication. So there are so many ways we can communicate non-verbally. On our list, we have 8 different ways to communicate non-verbally. So maybe in today's this video, we can just divide it into half. Let us see only 3 of the ways today. In the next video, we are going to see the remaining 5 ways. So let us start with this. Non-verbal communication, a very interesting and very easy to understand topic. The first way of communicating non-verbally is something that we use all the time. We use it the most, and it is by the use of body language. Every time you are using body language to communicate, you are communicating non-verbally. Even right now as I'm talking to you, maybe my hands are moving, there is some certain movement to my head, a certain movement of my eyes, and while you are watching me, you're looking at all these things and they add to your experience of listening to me. So what I'm trying to do is, unknowingly, I'm trying to communicate non-verbally. Remember, all of us unknowingly use body language in order to communicate. So body language is the first way we are going to see to communicate non-verbally. Now, simple thing, body language is something we use to communicate non-verbally even today, even after we use sophisticated language, because body language is something we started using when we did not know language tens of thousands of years ago. And because of that, it is almost a part of our genetic makeup now. We use body language quite unconsciously. The words we use are conscious, they are chosen, but the body language that accompanies the words is not conscious. We cannot decide the body language to use. And that is the reason our brain is unconsciously paying attention to other people's body language in order to decide whether they are speaking the truth or not. And that's the reason in the corporate communication we teach you the simple tricks, how to look at people's hand movements, the posture, the different distance between their legs, in order to understand whether they're being honest, whether they're withholding information from you, so on and so forth. The objective here is not to go into the detail of these topics, but I'm sure you must have come across some of these tricks that I'm talking about. A simple thing like, if you are tying your hands behind your, oh shit, I can't show it. I'm holding my phone with the other hand, I can't show it. But yes, we always pay attention to others body language in order to understand whether they are speaking the truth or not. To give you a very small example, if I say, hey, that's a nice shirt, you know, I'm speaking the truth because my body language, my facial expressions are very simple and straightforward. If I say, oh, that's a nice shirt, and if I do something like that, if I roll my eyes unconsciously, or if I shake my head unconsciously, even a slightest movement, then that's going to tell you that maybe I was being dishonest and I was being sarcastic while saying that. So body language is something that we always use to supplement our verbal message. Sometimes body language in itself gives a lot of message. So let us see that in detail. Now, what you need to understand is the word kinesics. Kinesics. Kinesics is the scientific study of body language. Yes, there is a field, there is a discipline of study that studies body language in detail. Now, while looking at body language, we have 3 points to consider. First use of body language is by means of your face. So facial expressions. Your face is the most expressive organ of your body, of course. And even within your face, if you consider which is the most expressive part, it is the area around your eyes. Not your mouth, not your smile. Why? Because you can give a fake smile, but your eyes usually do not lie. So your face is the most expressive part of your body. And hence, we communicate a lot by using facial expressions. Now, the smallest expressions have so many meanings. Imagine something like widening the eyes. Widening the eyes, depending on the context, may mean I'm angry, I'm shocked, I'm horrified, I'm trying to make you feel scared. It can have so many meanings. Something like furrowing the brow, or kneading my brow, or wrinkling my eyebrows. This can also have so many things. I'm trying to concentrate, I'm really irritated, so many things. So basically, facial expressions can give you wrinkling your nose. It shows distaste. Even smile, there can be different types of smiles. There is a smile, a usual, normal, pleasant smile. There can be a grin when you're showing your teeth. You smile like that in order to tease someone, or to show that you have an advantage over someone. There can be a leer. I don't know how to do that, really. I never done that. Leer is a kind of sexually inviting smile. So even in smile there can be so many different types, and they have different meanings. While talking about eyes, as we said, it's the most expressive organ of your body. Other than widening your eyes, averting the gaze from someone, avoiding looking at someone, looking away when somebody looks at you, that had so many meanings. Maybe you're afraid, maybe you're guilty, maybe you had done something to that person, you're ashamed to face that person. When your teacher asks you a question and you look down, it can mean that you don't know the answer. When your parents are scolding you and you look down, you're really ashamed. So many things, right? When somebody says something to you, when maybe somebody of opposite gender says something to you and you feel shy, you look down, there can be so many meanings behind your facial expression. So that is the first thing, facial expression. And that's why we have seen, because it is so expressive and universally same everywhere, we have used this to supplement our written communication also by means of WhatsApp smileys. They rely on your facial expressions, which are understood the same all over the world. Okay, so that is the first part of body language, facial expression. The second way of communicating by use of body language is gestures. There are some gestures which are again universally similar, which is this, it is this. Even namaste, although namaste is not used in all cultures, it is understood by all cultures today. So gestures is something that is used universally to communicate something. Now, even in the business meetings, there are some tricks that tell you what a person is what see, throwing your hands in the air, it shows frustration. Doing something like this, your parents, if they are the traditional, quite traditional parents, they must have told you, ऐसे हाथ रख के खाना नहीं खाते, ऐसे हाथ रख के पढ़ाई नहीं करते. It shows you are stressed, and your body language, this kind of body language makes you even feel even more stressed. These are some of the gestures that gives a lot of meaning to whatever you are doing. There can be so many things. The way you shake your hands, a firm handshake shows that you're a confident person, even dominating person. Try to Google YouTube videos and find out the way Donald Trump shakes hands. Extremely dominant handshake, extremely dominant handshake. In the US presidential history, we have never seen a handshake like that. Extremely dominant handshake. So your handshake tells a lot of things. If your handshake is a dead fish, a limp hand you give to someone, that shows that you are maybe a little scared or nervous. Some people give just fingers to shake. That shows that you are extremely underconfident. So your handshake, that's a part of gesture that gives a lot of information to the other people. Shaking head, that can be frustration. Shaking head, that can also mean that you understand what the other person is saying. There are so many meanings and so many gestures. While talking about shaking head, it's a very interesting phenomenon actually. In the Western world, a yes is this, a no is this. In India, a yes is this and a no is this. And the Western people never understand what we are trying to do when we shake our head. In fact, they have a phrase for it. They call it Indian head nod. Means they don't understand what we are doing with our head. So there are so many culturally specific things in the gestures also. Can you think of any other gestures that have some meanings? Clenching the fist, which means you're really angry. You may not be punching someone, but you just clench fist when you're angry. Something like raising your hand. Now, you may raise your hand depending on the situation. In the classroom, you're asking a question. While trying to cross the street, you are just asking the vehicles to halt. During a fight, during an argument, you suddenly raise a hand. Maybe you're trying to beat up someone. So all these gestures have all the different meanings. A shrug, shrug, I don't know, I don't care. I mean, also so many meanings, so many gestures. And remember, all these gestures are used by us pretty much involuntarily. We do not plan on using a particular gesture, it just happens because we are made that way. The third part of body language, the first was facial expression, second was gestures, and the third part of body language is by the use of posture. Posture is the way you stand and the way you sit. The army officers, the police officers always stand erect with the chest out. It shows it's a very confident posture. It shows them as confident people. Can you look at a person, the way he's walking, and tell whether he's feeling happy or sad a particular day? Of course, you can. A sad person, a really tired person, is going to walk with maybe his position will not be very erect. His shoulders will be drooping down. His stomach will be out. His chest will be backwards. The posture tells you a lot about the person. There can be a dominant person there with dominant posture, a submissive person with a submissive posture. In fact, in the defense, the uniform is made in such a way that a person cannot slouch while sitting. They have to stay erect. They have to stand erect and sit erect. If you have seen their belt, the belt is this thick. It is made that thick so that the posture is always erect. If you just slouch, then that belt is going to hurt your stomach. You cannot slouch. Ask your friends if they are in the NCC. There is a logic behind that kind of belt. So the posture gives a lot of meaning. In fact, there is an entire philosophy in the corporate training that Tony Robbins has developed in regards to posture. Tony Robbins is a very, very interesting guy. If you find out something about him, watch his videos, read his books. Very interesting. He calls about the winner's posture and the loser's posture. If you are feeling very happy and confident one particular day, how will your posture be? You will hold up your head high, your chest will be puffed out, you will stand erect. That's a winner's posture. If you are feeling defeated one particular day, very tired, you have no control. If you are feeling like that, how will your posture be? You will be slouching, your head will be hanging low. That is the loser's posture. If you get used to carrying yourself in the loser's posture, you may end up becoming a loser in your life. If you become habitual to being in the erect winner's posture, victor's posture all the time, maybe the others will perceive you as a winner and maybe you will end up becoming a winner in your life. This guy, Tony Robbins, has developed an entire philosophy about the posture and how it affects the result of your hard work in life. Very interestingly. So we have seen this facial expression, gestures and postures, and other than that, of course, there is your overall appearance. Now while appearance, I do not mean whether you look good or bad. That's not in our hands. By appearance I mean so many other things like your hairstyle, your dressing, your makeup and things like that. That also gives a non-verbal cue. So many things. There is a reason why you are supposed to dress really nice for an interview, but nice as in formal, and you are supposed to dress really nice for a party, but nice as in informal in this case, because people always judge you by your appearance. You always give some message by your appearance. When you are dressed in a suit or really formal clothes during an interview, it tells the other people that you are sincere about this job, you're really taking an effort, and that's why it matters. When you are dressing really nice in the party, well, you want to be attractive, right? You want to attract people, and that's the reason you're supposed to wear nice in the party. We all try to do that. Even within that, a red color, a black color, these things give a different message. So appearance is extremely important. Is there a time in your life when at an unknown place you try to look at a person's appearance and judge him by that and then approach him from help? Maybe a person who looks very sophisticated, you approached him for help finally. There were a few other people who did not look very sophisticated and you decided, okay, maybe I should not approach those people for help. Did it ever happen to you? It happens to me all the time. Subconsciously, we pay attention to people's appearance to decide how sophisticated they are or whether they are safe people. There have been a lot of social experiments to prove that a well-dressed person, well-dressed doesn't mean expensive. A person who is well groomed, well dressed, dressed as per the situation, people will always approach him and people will treat him very positively and with respect. So appearance matters a lot. Remember, again, to sum up, appearance includes your dressing, your hairstyle, and the way you look in general. Even makeup in case of women, there is a logic when you should wear a pink lipstick and red lipstick and very slight lip gloss, no lipstick at all. There is a logic about your perfumes, and all these things count towards your appearance. Your perfume should not announce your arrival before you have announced. People should be able to smell perfume if they come really close to you. Now, why should come really close to you? That's a different matter altogether. But people should be able to smell you if they come really close to you. मतलब जितने पास आने के बाद पसीने की बू आती है, उतने पास आने के बाद पसीने की बू की जगह आपकी परफ्यूम की बू आए. दैट इज द लॉजिक. इफ पीपल नो कि अरे हाँ ये शख्स चाहिए, लड़की चलती आ रही, इवन बिफोर यू हैव रीच द क्लासरूम, इफ द classroom is filled with your perfume, if it announces your arrival, that's a very bad sign. So all these things are related to your appearance. That completes our first point out of 8 in non-verbal communication. We has focused on the first point, body language. Within body language, we have seen these three important points. One was facial expression, second was gesture, third was posture, and the fourth one was appearance. Okay.